Hello. Happy Thursday to everybody. Hope you've been having a great week. Had a lot of great experiences out there and just want to keep it rolling. So, this is Mornings with Michael for information and educational purposes only. Let's get this started. Take a look at our heat map. Here's our heat map. Looks like mostly big cap tech is doing well today. Tesla is down about close to 4%. The energy sector is down, and we got a mixed bag in pharmaceuticals, biotech, and consumer defensive. Walmart, Costco are down. So that's our look there. And let's just take a look at our other screen. You don't want to worry about the ups and downs in the market. I got the cure-all here for you. And it appears to be missing. My account went down overnight. So let me bring it back up. I'll be right back with you. And here we got the screen here. This is an annuity. As we see, average is 12.58%, beats index investing by about 5%. How does it do this? Because it goes up, does not come down, where index best thing goes up and down with the market. Whatever stocks it has is in its index. And annuities are currently given 40 to 45% bonus for any new money coming in. And so that is that. And let's go to our chart. This one broke out the other day. This is DraftKings. Looks like the volume is subsiding a little bit. I would wait for a pullback, kind of watch this. And let's take a look how the dollar is doing today. Dollar is, after this huge gap down, is trying to remain relevant. Just kind of see where it goes. Gold it gapped up over here. Got another gap up here. So gold is remaining strong, up another 1.13% today. Silver went up the other day, and it looked like it gapped up here and it pulled back to the low level here. But we'll just see if this can remain. This is a silver that I've invested in. Remains strong. Some people are saying that when it gets up to a peak here, you sell about maybe 5%. And then when it pulls back down here, this is where you add it back. You add maybe about 6-7%. Hello? Yeah, we had a little phone call interruption. No problem. We'll just continue. So as we were talking, Sprott Silver can sell about 5% of your holdings. Then it pulls back by 6-7%. So you're always adding more at the low and selling at the high. We think silver is going to continue higher. Let's look what the bond yield did today. Bonds came up a little bit and then pulled back again. So this is going to be good for stocks. Same thing happened on the 20-year yield. Let's look at the VIX. VIX actually popped up today. Pretty interesting. S&P 500 is holding pretty strong as long as it can hold this level down here where it gapped up to the high. Equal weight, pull back a little more. It's under its 200-day moving average now. NASDAQ. NASDAQ is holding pretty strong there. And then let's take a look at equal weighted. Equal weighted did have a pretty nice pullback, gap down. Tried to fight back towards the end. Small caps had a pretty strong pullback. So what we had here was a spinning top or shooting star. Came down and it kind of projects that the next level will be down. And sure enough, that's what happened. And DIA diamonds. Looked like we had a hanging man here. Looks like we got two hanging men. So we'll see if it comes down and starts to fill the gap or not. See what we had in the news today. Gambling.com, Q3 EPS 13 cents versus 10 cents. People did not like that as that dove down pretty heavily today, down over 20%. J&J Snack Foods quarter adjusted EPS $1.73 versus $1.72. And that was liked even though it was only up a penny. Pulte Homes raises its second quarter dividend by 25% to 20 cents from 16 cents. Looks like we got a breakout as the yield keeps dropping. These home builders are going to be doing well, and there's just a big need for homes out there. Shoe Carnival lowered its full year sales view to $16 billion versus $1.18 billion. So that's $1.16 billion to $1.18 billion from prior $1.9 billion to $1.21 billion, and people did not like this. So on to energy, industrials, and materials. Hillenbrand, Q4 adjusted EPS $1.13 versus $1.04 as it continues to work on the right side of the base. And this might be actually over the tops here. This would be a breakout. And this is a confirmation it gets above its 200-day moving average. Still a little light on the volume, but it did pick up to where it was. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. Sorry. This is Hyatt Hotels. There's a HI like in Hawaii. Hillenbrand. They did not like the news. And so we need to forget what we just said. $1.13 versus estimate of $1.04 on revenues of $763 million, and somehow they did not like that. And although Hyatt looks good. Maximus Q4 adjusted EPS $1.29 versus $1.32. Interesting, their earnings came in less than estimates, and they are bouncing up. So obviously they manage their expectations. See how this compares with SunPower. SunPower does not look good at all. Q4 adjusted EPS on Tetra Tech, $1.78 versus $1.44. And people are excited about this, and who wouldn't be? So PayPal Holdings is continuing an overhaul of its upper leadership. And under new chief executive Alex Chris naming 3 business unit focused leaders just weeks after appointing a new finance chief. And it's kind of like ho hum on the chart for PayPal, Robinhood. Did not like the news. The news is said net cumulative funding of accounts at end of October were 23.3 million, up about 30,000 from September. StoneX Group, EPS $2.36 versus $2.26. And there must have been something on the conference call or something, because this is diving like nobody's business. Down about pretty close to 6%. CRISPR and partner Vertex Pharmaceuticals said that UK's Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency, MHRA, has granted conditional marketing authorization for the gene therapy Casgevy, and this was greeted by investors as a good sign. It's up, breaking out of this little consolidation, pulled back on a little lighter volume, and now it's pulling straight ahead. Let's take a look at Vertex. Interesting, and now Vertex is diving. Can't really explain what's going on with Vertex, other than does not look good at the moment. SpringWorks Therapeutics announced positive top-line results from pivotal phase 2 Renew trial evaluating mirdametinib, an investigative MEK inhibitor in pediatric and adult patients with neurofibromatosis. And that was not greeted very well by investors as well. Cisco is diving today. Quarter one adjusted EPS $1.11 versus estimate of $1.03. This is not what people were looking for, and look at down nearly 10%. This is a major loss for a former leader of tech in Silicon Valley. Shares of other networking stocks, and Juniper, gap down as well, down 3%. ANET is down earlier, but fights back. I think ANET is really kind of the leader at this point. Palo in networking space anyway. Palo Alto Networks, cybersecurity, quarter one EPS $1.38 versus estimate $1.16. And this gap down, so people were expecting a lot bigger news there. Baba said it has decided not to proceed with a full spinoff. We'll focus on developing sustainable growth model for Cloud Intelligence Group under fluid circumstances. Believe that a full spinoff of Cloud Intelligence Group may not achieve intended effect of shareholder value enhancement. And that was not greeted favorably. Big time down over 9%. Intel was upgraded to buy from neutral at Mizuzu and up the target to 50 from 37. And look at that baby shoot up. Highest move of the, look at how high that relative strength line is. And this volume is just amazing. Maybe Intel has got its mojo back. Kulik and Sofa, quarter four adjusted EPS 51 cents versus estimate 43 cents, and that was more than people were anticipating. And a huge volume as it moves up on the right side. We'll just see if it can get above 200-day moving average, but this is definitely a breakout in the making. Sonos announces $200 million share buyback, quarter four adjusted EPS 7-cent loss versus estimate of 18-cent loss. And the news is being greeted favorably. This is an audio product designer and producer. And finally, Universal Technical Institute, UTI, quarter four EPS 10 cents versus 6 cents. And it did not clear, so, and yes, this is greeted most favorably, but we got a lot of buying in here, so this shouldn't come as a surprise. Earnings are expected to be up 32% next year and 68% the year after. And yes, I do think that looks like a growth stock. Provides post-secondary technical automotive education to over 14,000 students in the US via 16 campuses. So that's the news there. Let's see what has been moving on the market today. Thomson Reuters, good volume. I believe Interdigital we focused on a couple of days ago, continues to build on the right side of its base. And I think if early buy could have been right about here. So 79% earnings growth in 2023. That's just amazing. Marsh & McLennan got a big move up today. Kinsale Capital Group, I'm not sure why this is in the movers and shakers. Moody's is up. Trade Web Markets looks like it broke out over here. Earnings up 15% this year, 15% next year. Relative strength rating has pulled back a little bit from its high, still at around 94. And let's look at that. So I'm going to take a look at some of the issues that we had been looking at earlier. Now, first, let me take a look at a couple of ETFs. The big tech leaders seem to be doing well. And let me see where I hid that other tech leader. See where the financials are doing. It continue to move up. This looks promising. They broke out and they keep moving up, keep getting buying. XLE we saw earlier, big pullback. Oil prices continue to recede, which is probably good for our inflation to continue down. Real estate, as the bond yields back off, real estate starts to look more favorably. Home builders had a big gap up. Two of the big leaders, D.R. Horton and Lennar in the home building index. Software is looks like it's in the breakout area. Some of our leaders, ServiceNow, Salesforce, HubSpot isn't doing as well. And here's the technology sector. The software leader should really be looking at is Microsoft. Has put almost all of its money in AI. So looks like we got a double bottom here. Right over here would have been the spot to buy right about here or here as it move up. Right now, I'd like to see if there's some sort of pullback, and that would be a buying opportunity. In our consumer tech, looks like Netflix is broken out here. This looks like a good area to buy. Volume looks like it's starting to pick up. It's higher than days it was selling, which is pretty positive. Semiconductors look pretty positive right around here. Nvidia popped up today after pulling back yesterday. And here was Intel just breaking out. This is not this is the company I was looking for, Taiwan Semiconductor. Doesn't look quite as good as the other two. Moving on to airlines. I think with the oil backing off, might be good news eventually for airlines. Industrials got a big jump here, holding that level. Building materials trying to get above the 200-day moving average. Looks like we got a double bottom here, moved up and shook out some more people and then has moved up. And it looks like a little too deep for a handle, but that's looking good right now. And mining and metals pulling back. Let's look at crypto. Ethereum continues to pull back after kind of peaking over here. See if it comes down to its 10-day or 20-day moving average and can hold after that. Bitcoin hasn't been as volatile as Ethereum. We'll just see if it can stay within this blue area or if it has a bigger pullback. Right now it's pulled back to the 10-day moving average. And let's go take a look at some of the issues. Kava had a pretty big pullback, and I was wondering if this was a shakeout. It's starting to look more like a shakeout, like the professional money managers trying to shake out some people were holding here, and then it starts moving up. Yesterday had a pretty large move, moved above its 50-day moving average, and today it's continuing. The volume dropped off a little bit, so we'll just have to sit and watch. BLTE had a big sell-off today, but somebody came back later in the day and bought it up and brought it back up. It was down to, I think it was right around 35. Yeah, 35.91 was a low, and then it ended up at 37.19. Got continued buying, huge buying after hours. We'll see if that holds in the morning, but up to 39. GLSI bounced after it hit its head on the 200-day moving average and had a slight pullback, a little less than 2%, so it's not too bad. CrowdStrike just keeps trending upward and upward. Makes me really upset that I got shaken out of my $155. Yeah, I bought over here $155 option, and when it came down here, I just had to let it go and just didn't stay in touch with it. So I got into Zscaler, bought the option for December for 175, and so far it's not doing too bad. And these two seem to be leading cybersecurity. Palo Alto Networks had a little trouble today. And let's take a look at Meta. Meta remains really strong. As I said, right, was trying to stay in this 300 level, and I think it really looks strong. Out of the big cap techs, I think Meta and Microsoft look the best. And then going to uranium. DNN had a cup pattern here, consolidation, a little bit of pullback, but it's remaining pretty tight here. It's up over 4% today. Really, I believe it's $2.53 is their estimate on Yahoo Financial. So that's where we're looking at today. This is our show. Thanks for tuning in. Hope everybody has a strong finish on Friday, and let's keep it going. Keep inflation low and keep our economy stable, so everybody has a good job to take good care of their family. So keep reaching for your goals, keep working on your activities, and if we can ever help you with your financial goals, please let us know. Have a great day.